It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Raiders and the Saints. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
First opened in 1975. Resurrected in 2006. We welcome you inside the Caesars Super. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down. The Saints lining up in punt formation. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the number one goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. He's going to get forward for about 5 yards, but this one might be coming back. Let's check in with the referee. They'll look to throw. To the right side, that's St. Brown. Here's a 2nd and 12. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. There's no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the air one more time. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw yet again. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw again. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And they'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the first down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Taking off, and he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. And now movement up front. This crowd is making it tough down deep in the red zone. Now it is 1st and goal. Back to the ground after the penalty. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now. Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and their running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. At the 32-yard line. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Got it in. It's that rookie 3rd-round pick. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Raiders with the early lead. More from New Orleans after this. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Sanders' kick is good. And the Saints will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. Off-balance throw. It's complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. He keeps it himself. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction, defense. Still 2nd down.
That's the tight end, Bowers. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Bowers.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athlete.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs. Sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss. And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders will take a 6-3 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Saints offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Brought in by Chris Olave. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll throw out of the gun. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. Who is brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he pumps up the football. And the defense has it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turn.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by
Previous play
replay.
is under
So
review.
this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints will tie the game at 6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
A return now from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And he will have this at midfield, forced out of bounds there. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Now he'll run. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A gain there of 20. 1st down, Vegas. throw taken in, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll throw it left and has his running back. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Saints have got it. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage, and then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On third down, they'll set up to throw. That one taken in. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll be looking to answer back. They trail 13-6 and start this one with 1st and 10. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Is caught by Olave. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they are into field goal range at the 27. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This a 44-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game as this one is also good. And the Saints will cut the lead down to 4.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The Raiders take over 3rd and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to look for the home run ball. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, Vegas.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out in Denver, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. C.J. Stroud leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Brock Purdy, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding room at midfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly 1 play to get our answer.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's caught by Bowers. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now, faking the give. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throw across his body is complete. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Now Mike Tomlin going to send out the field goal unit. This one from 52 yards away. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Raiders will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Saints offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical 3rd down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings us 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3. The ball returned by number 27. He's taken down at the 50-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The Saints will punt this one away. They'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense headed back to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Raider 1st down. Handoff here, up the middle, and good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Off the RPO, it's caught by St. Brown. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll stick with him again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Now he takes off. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. A handoff as they try to run it here. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here comes a return from the 3. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
When it starts bad, it has a funny way of ending up getting worse, and I don't think that could be any more true than it is right now. They're already down by multiple possessions, and after that start to this drive with the sack, they find themselves once again in a massive hole.
As they come up on 2nd and long. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. Quick slant taken in by Amon-Ra. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Throwing right. It's taken in. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? He'll look to throw. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The field goal unit going to come on for the Raiders. This officially a 58-yard attempt. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Raiders will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
To the air now on first and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
The pass complete to number 84.
Second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
And 3 yards to go.
They'll throw out of the gun. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They'll look to throw again. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Back to the air one more time. To the goal line and in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The extra point by Sanders is good. The Saints are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And set to go now on first and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Up the middle they go. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Vegas. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short, because they're going to stay out and go for 2. And he's into the end zone again. It's the Octopus. He's got the long run for 6 and punches in the 2. All 8 points for good measure. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
And the Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw. The right side to Olave. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So, a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's first and 10. Left side into the hands of Olave. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 40.
They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
On the pickup, brings up second and 2 at the 32-yard line.
On target to Laporta. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
That's good for a Saints first down.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. From out of the gun, he'll throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
This one complete right side. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. And that's going to get closed up quickly. We'll get only to the 37. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's second and 9. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here's second and 2. And they bring them down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll stay on the ground. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.